Today we're going to be talking about everything that's wrong with Dragon Quest, and I'll show you how to make this delicious tea. JRPG. Welcome everyone to JRPTea-Time. This is the show I do every Saturday that combines my two favourite things in the entire world, and that is tea and JRPGs. So today we're going to be talking about Dragon Quest, but since it is JRPTea-Time, what kind of tea would go with Dragon Quest? Let's think. Dragon Quest is old school. It's like the root of all JRPGs, but it's also a complex game. So for today, I'm going to be making a blend. And since it's like the root, the base of all JRPGs and everything old school JRPG, I'm going to be using white tea, and a very special white tea called Silver Needles. Silver Needles, which I will show you right now, are awesome. They're actually little buds. So it's going to be quite hard to see perhaps, but yeah, you can see that they're actually little buds. You don't need too many of these at all. And you only do this at 90 degrees. I have pre-boiled, this won't take long. So we are going to be talking about Dragon Quest, but more specifically we're going to be talking about the problem that I have with Dragon Quest, or everything that's wrong with Dragon Quest as a series and why it doesn't do so well in the West. And I don't know if the feelings I have are why it's not popular in the West, which is why I'm going to ask you guys to jump down in the comment section and let me know later on in the video. But for now, we will just finish off this tea. So 90 degrees, fill this up, beautiful silver needles. And then because Dragon Quest is a complex game, I'm going to be adding something a little special. It is called Turkish Apple and Cinnamon Fruit Tisane. Now this is, a tisane is essentially a tea that's not made with tea leaves. So like chamomile tea, that's a herbal tisane. It's a silly word, I hate it, but we'll use it for now. And as you can see, this is actually, it's sort of like I mean, it's almost like a sugar, really. So, but it has the flavors. You can make tea just purely out of this, but 1 teaspoon of that, and as you can see, it makes it a nice, awesome color. So that's going to be 5 or so minutes for that, which will give us plenty of time to talk. So the problem I have with Dragon Quest, is the characters. Okay, a lot of people say that it's the art style that makes the characters like kiddie or not cool, but it's not true at all. Akira Toriyama does the art. Akira Toriyama is the creator of Dragon Ball Z, and his art style can produce awesome characters. I mean, look, it's very hard to see because I can't twist my arm very well, but that is Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, who is one of my favorite characters from anything ever of all time. He's a cool looking character. Broly is a cool looking character. Perfect Cell is a cool looking character. Whis, Beerus, they're cool looking characters. But all Dragon Quest ever seems to get, it's like Square Enix go to Toriyama and say, hey, can you do the art for it? And Toriyama just like opens his reject drawer and picks out all his reject pile and says, here you go, use these. It's not like, I don't know, it seems as if we don't get any cool characters in Dragon Quest. And that's a huge thing for me because I only love a game if I have a connection to a certain character or many characters. I love Dragon Quest gameplay, but I don't love Dragon Quest. I play Dragon Quest 7 a lot, but look at those characters. You know, like a Prince Kiefer or Prince Kiefer, that he looks stupid. The main character, I can't even remember, and Maribel, like, they're not cool looking characters. They're awful design characters. And then you just see the exact same sort of copy and paste, you know, D-list characters that Toriyama puts in Dragon Ball Z. You know, like the exact same Android 18 reskin that's done 1,000 times, and the Dragon Ball Goku 1,000 times. You know, it's not... there's no character in Dragon Quest that I would want to get a tattoo of. And that's something for me, because pretty much every game I love, I either have a tattoo of or have plans to get tattoos. Stuff that I like, see, like Kuja from Final Fantasy IX, and Beatrix from Final Fantasy IX, Gaius from Exilia, Agria from Exilia. There's Kratos Ori in here as well, from Tales of Symphonia. Mewtwo is somewhere here. These are all characters that I like. I love Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! I like the anti-hero and villains and stuff like that. And Dragon Quest never, ever throws me a bone for something that even looks cool. Like, let alone acts cool or does something that's awesome, you know? And I just don't know if that's the reason that Dragon Quest isn't as popular over here. Because it can't be the art style. Toriyama's art style can produce cool stuff. The Blue Dragon series had way better looking characters and way better designed characters than anything I've ever seen in a Dragon Quest before. And that could also be the fact that I haven't played that many Dragon Quest games, so I would love... If you think there is a Dragon Quest game out there that does have cool characters or well-designed characters, I would love for you to jump down in the comment section and tell me which one. Because it's a huge thing for me. I like Dragon Quest, I don't love it. Where it's a problem, especially... And I totally forgot to close that. Not that it really matters in the grand scheme of things. The problem comes that Final Fantasy is moving further and further away from that traditional JRPG style that I love. I love turn-based combat, and I like all that old school JRPG stuff and mechanics. But that Final Fantasy is moving away from that, but they're the only ones that get the cool characters. Dragon Quest sticks to the gameplay I like, but doesn't have the character designs and the kind of things that I want from that stage of the game. So I have to play Final Fantasy for characters and, you know, trudge through the gameplay that I don't like, and I can play Dragon Quest for the gameplay, but I'll never love it. It's just so annoying. It's really, really annoying, and I don't know. I want to know if other people feel this way. Is that why Dragon Quest traditionally doesn't sell well in the West? Like Dragon Quest VII, I believe, sold pretty well on 3DS, the remake. But traditionally, like, that's why Final Fantasy is... We get every Final Fantasy over here, pretty much, besides some really minor spin-off titles. And we only get, like, every other Dragon Quest. Or, you know, we never guaranteed the Dragon Quest port to the West, the localization. It's just because it's never sold well over here. And I don't know if that's because people feel the same way about me. Can you not get a connection to the characters just because of what they are? And I also don't know if people are like that in general with games or shows. As you can see up here is Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones. And I would find it hard, I would honestly find it difficult to continue watching Game of Thrones if he were to die. Because I don't really like any of the other characters besides Varys. So it's, if I don't have a real connection to a character, at least one, then I can't watch or continue. I just won't enjoy it. I can't love whatever the medium is. If Vegeta was not in Dragon Ball Z, I probably never would watch Dragon Ball Z. The show in general is not fantastic, but Vegeta makes it amazing for me. And that's same with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't watch any of the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff because there is no Seto Kaiba. Without Seto Kaiba, there's no Yu-Gi-Oh! For me. And as much as I hated Final Fantasy 15 in so many ways for being a Final Fantasy, I liked it as a game. I played it for over 80 hours. But I hated the way all the main characters looked. The four bros, Noctis and Gladio. I didn't like any of them, like none of them. I didn't like their designs. I didn't like anything about them. They were so unlikable to me. But at the very least, there was Ravis and Aranea who kept me going. Despite some disappointments, they kept me going because they're awesome looking characters, they're awesome designed characters, and I liked those characters. It's part of the reason why I hate Final Fantasy 15 so much, because it's essentially like a JRPG but set in my local mall, because that's where they clearly got all their outfits from. It's crap. I hate that. But yeah, I mean, Dragon Quest just takes that even worse. Like, there is no character that I have a connection with, ever, and this tea's been going for well long enough now, so let's do the payoff, shall we? It's just so satisfying. T2, I believe, are now worldwide. You can get this stuff sent worldwide. If you don't know of anything like this, it's just called a tea maker from T2, but I don't know where else you would get something like that from. But I highly recommend it. It's so much easier. I have some other cool stuff, like for tea infusers. I have this awesome Portal Companion Cube tea infuser, which, yeah, you fill that with the tea and you pop that in the tea. But the tea maker is so much easier than doing that. Cleaning this is harder. Just filling it, and it takes longer. The tea maker is just awesome. And for stuff like this, which is the white tea, you can actually brew. And God, I hate the word brew. I'm gonna go off on like a 30-second tangent here, but tea, when people say tea, I'm making a brew. Brew sounds horrible. I'm not a witch, and I'm not making a potion, and I'm not like a inexperienced hillbilly making moonshine. That's all I think of when I hear the word brew. It's not something that I want to associate with tea, but that's what everyone else does. So I guess I'll just keep making my potions. Yes, you can rebrew the white tea sometimes 4 or 5 times, depending on how long you do it for, but it maintains flavor. White tea is like it's the least fermented, has the most antioxidants, has the least caffeine, but it's also the mellowest in flavor, and it tastes delicious. If you haven't had tea, just do it. Get some tea. Back to Dragon Quest though. I would really like to know if anybody else feels that way about characters, or character designs and aesthetics and stuff like that. Do other people feel that way? Do other people not get a connection to a game, or not love a game or show or anything like that if they aren't feeling one of the characters? I would love for you to jump down in the comment section and let me know. And if you don't like Dragon Quest for another reason, I would also like to know, because I would like to know why it doesn't sell so well in the West. Because it's huge in Japan, like on a global scale, and Japan, like Dragon Quest sells ridiculous amounts. Even its spin-off titles sell ridiculous amounts. It's way bigger than Final Fantasy in Japan, way bigger. And yeah, I would like to know, is that the reason? Is the reason that I don't like Dragon Quest that much? Is the reason I don't love Dragon Quest and haven't played that many Dragon Quest games because none of the characters are awesome or cool? Is that why you guys also don't like Dragon Quest? Jump down in the comment section and let me know. And again, let me know if there is a Dragon Quest title out there that you think has cool characters. And again, characters that I like: Seto Kaiba, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Vegeta, Dragon Ball Z, Gaius from Tales of Exilia, Kratos from Tales of Symphonia, Beatrix and Kuja, Vincent, Sephiroth, that kind of thing. If you think there's a Dragon Quest out there that has these cool characters, then please jump down in the comment section and let me know. And before I ramble on for too long, guys, I will call JRPTea-Time here, but not without tasting this. And I'm definitely not going to burn myself this time. I had a burn time for like 3 days after that, which was just an amateur mistake. Amateur. Oh man, that is delicious. You guys need to get on tea. I thought tea was lame forever. You guys need to get on it if you don't drink tea. It's amazing. It's like my staple. So jump down in the comment section, let me know that stuff. Hit the like button or the dislike button. That new YouTube algorithm that everybody goes on about like 4,000 times a video. I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm just going to say it now. But the YouTube algorithm likes or dislikes. So if you guys can jump down, show me some love, hit the dislike or like button. Again, if you don't like my face or my glasses, these are actually new glasses. But you can hit the dislike button if you don't like them. Actually, can we make the like or dislike in this video for you to tell me whether you like these glasses or not? I'm unsure about them. Totally unsure. So dislike button if you don't like these glasses, like button if you like these glasses. Or you just like the video in general, or dislike the video. But do that. Do that. jump down in the comment section, let me know, share this with everyone you know and love, because I want to keep doing this every Saturday. And you can also jump down in the comment section and give me any questions for next Saturday's JRPTea Time. Other than that, guys, I will see you all soon.